Meteorologists say Germany saw its heaviest rainfall in a century. In one district alone, 1,300 people are assumed missing in flash floods. At least 55 are dead across western Germany and Belgium. The Netherlands and Luxembourg have been hit hard. Some regions received more than a month's worth of rain in just 24 hours. Italy and France are sending teams to search for the missing and help with the cleanup. Experts say the intense downpours like these are becoming a lot more common as the planet gets warmer.
I've never seen anything like this. It's incredible. Frankly, I never thought I'd see that in Belgium.
We are afraid. We are really panicking. My daughter is supposed to come home today. It's really stressful and anxiety. We came back from work because we are not safe. It is scary. We've never known anything like this.
And CNN's Nina Dos Santos tracking all the developments live from London. She's with us now. Nina.
Thanks very much, John. Well, these are dramatic scenes unfolding in Germany, the Netherlands, but also Belgium and Luxembourg. These four countries where rivers have burst their banks thanks to a low-pressure weather system that has been lingering over this part of Europe for some time, dumping, as you said, heavy rainfall. We're talking about 200 millimetres in just 9 hours. The rivers haven't been able to absorb that. They burst their banks with tragic consequences. In fact, just to point out that one of the most populous parts of Germany is one of the two regions where the death toll is the highest, North Rhine-Westphalia. Two regions in Germany in particular have been affected, and that has prompted the loss of nearly 50 lives so far, but with, as you pointed out, scores of missing people at this point who authorities just can't reach because mobile phone networks are down. That means that the death toll could well rise higher. In the meantime, these are the scenes that greeted Germany and those other countries, and ones that Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, was watching from afar because at the moment she finds herself in Washington on a state visit. Torrential rains and severe flooding are causing havoc across Europe, leaving dozens dead and extensive damage in their wake. Rivers overflowed their banks, houses collapsed, roads were washed away, and a muddy mess left behind. Parts of Germany received over 200 millimetres of rain in just 9 hours. 2 firefighters are among the dead there. Others left with nothing.
All these people living here, I know them all. I feel so sorry for them. They've lost everything. All they have is what they had on them. It's all gone. A friend had a workshop over there. Nothing standing. The bakery, the butcher, it's all gone. It's scary, unimaginable.
This dramatic scene in Western Germany, as some people left stranded on their rooftops were rescued by helicopters. Across the border in Belgium, this man braved the water to check on his neighbours, water nearly reaching his windows. The village of Pepinster, devastated, homes have collapsed and cars were swallowed up by the rising water. One man says he's worried about his family.
My mother was stuck in a house over there with my brothers and sisters. The walls of the house are starting to crack, and the house is at risk of collapsing.
In the Netherlands, a care home was evacuated during the storm. Dutch authorities helped to get elderly residents to safety, fearing the facility could lose electricity and other supplies. Visiting Washington on Thursday, the German Chancellor Angela Merkel said she's thinking of those in her homeland.
These are terrible days for the people in the flooded areas. My thoughts are with you, and you can trust that all forces of our government, federal, regional, and community, collectively will do everything under most difficult conditions to save lives, alleviate dangers, to relieve distress.
This as she ordered Germany's military to help in some of the hardest hit areas. A German meteorologist says that in some areas they haven't seen this much rainfall in 100 years, and the country is in for more bad news. Weather forecasters say additional rainfall is expected in southwestern Germany in the days to come. And that type of help will really be needed there. 15,000 German troops have been deployed to some of these stricken areas to try and help rescue people from those crumbling buildings, John. And we've also, as you said, had support from the Italian Air Force and also France as well. The UK stands ready to help, it says. Messages of condolences have been flooding in from Vladimir Putin of Russia to Pope Francis. The reality, though, is that Germany will need an awful lot of money to rebuild once this rescue effort effort is underway. This is also going to, as you pointed out, re-energize that really, really heated debate of climate change in Germany as we head towards the elections in the fall on the 26th of September. And of course, this is Angela Merkel's last year in office, John.
Yeah, a lot happening, Nina. Thank you for that. Nina Dos Santos live at this early hour in London. We appreciate it. Let's bring in meteorologist Derek Van Dam for more on this. Okay, so it's been raining there for days. What's the forecast looking like? Is the worst over? What can they expect?
Yeah, the worst of the rain is starting to move to the south, but that doesn't mean that the precipitation is done. But, you know, just going and piggybacking on what Nina said just a moment ago, it's these high energy, very sudden torrents of summer rain is what we would expect to see in a warming climate, a rapidly warming climate like we're experiencing now. Warmer air can hold more water vapor. Water vapor has the potential to unleash more rainfall, and when that intersects with a populated area, we have problems. And unfortunately, that is exactly what took place. Copernicus, which is the atmospheric monitoring system in Europe, they went into emergency mode once the floods began. And what they did is they started to map out the flooded areas. You're looking at Liege in Belgium. This is the Meuse River that runs to the north and south through this particular town. And the area of light blue, that is actually the area where the Meuse River overflooded its riverbank. So you can see just the extensive nature of the flooding within just this one town in Belgium. But that wasn't the only location hit hardest. We went back 48 hours on the radar, and this is the precipitation that actually took place. Look at how it just trains over the same location for several hours at a time. Belgium, Western Germany, Luxembourg, those are the areas that were hit hardest by this torrent of precipitation, all thanks to what is called a cutoff low pressure system. This is water vapor imagery, and you're seeing how that low just spins over the same location. It's cut off from the general flow of the atmosphere, so it has nowhere to go. It sits in the same location, and that's what produces this excessive amount of rainfall totals, over 200 millimeters in 9 hours. In Cologne, Germany, just for instance, they averaged nearly double the July monthly average for that particular location. Look at that dip in the jet stream. That creates that cutoff flow, and it piled cars up like toy cars. In fact, we did some of the math here, and it only takes roughly about 15 centimeters for a person to be swept off their feet by moving water, but 60 centimeters of moving water can actually float a vehicle and send that coming down some of these roadways, which turned into rivers during that torrential flood event. John.
Okay, Derek, thank you. We appreciate the update. Derek Van Dam there, the very latest. Well, a NASA study is warning that coastal flooding will be much more frequent by the mid-2030s. That's not just because of rising sea levels from climate change. In the middle of the next decade, an 18.6-year lunar cycle will flip into a phase that amplifies tides. It's called the moon's wobble. That means high tides will get higher, low tides will get lower. The phenomenon, along with expected climate-driven rise in sea levels by then, will mean that some coastal cities will see flood seasons lasting a month or longer. During this time, experts say affected areas could flood every couple of days. Earlier, I spoke with a noted atmospheric scientist about the lunar cycle and how much worse this could all make coastal flooding.
Sea level will be a little higher. It's definitely increasing, and in fact, it's accelerating. The increase is speeding up. And that will continue as long as we continue to warm up the planet. And so what's happening is something we actually saw with Superstorm Sandy. Superstorm Sandy struck New York City at the peak of the high tide. And so it was sort of a perfect storm, if you will, if you pardon the expression. You've got sea level rise, you've got a bigger, stronger storm than we've seen that far north. So far north, that late in the season, and it happened at high tide. And all of those things came together to give us that 14-foot storm surge at Battery Park that literally flooded large parts of upper Manhattan. And so this is sort of the same idea, but it's playing out on a longer time. You've got sea level rise, you've got stronger and stronger storms and bigger storm surges, and then just because of that natural cycle, not a short-term high tide, but this sort of decadal high tide, it's going to add to all of those storm surges, along with sea level rise. And that's what happens. It gets a little higher each time, and all it takes is a few extra inches to flood larger and larger areas. In fact, the 12 inches of sea level rise in New York City thus far because of global warming a little less than 12 inches. That led to 25 square miles of additional flooding with Superstorm Sandy. So now we're talking about that same phenomenon, but writ large along the coastlines of all of the major continents and low-lying island nations as well. It's a global effect, and so coastlines around the world, coastal communities around the world, again, the big problem here is climate change, sea level rise, bigger storm surges from larger, stronger storms. But this is going to give it that extra little bit of, just a few extra inches is enough to potentially flood far larger regions. And so it's a reminder that there are little surprises in store here, and they're generally not pleasant surprises.
Thanks to Professor Michael Mann.